Hello everybody, welcome to Squiggle Boy 4. I'm your host, Moth48. I'll be commentating alone today. It's been a little while, sort of fancied doing it again. Looks like we got a pretty big bracket on this Saturday. We are still waiting on one check-in though, from Shadowpelt. We'll wait about 5 or so minutes before starting. Wait. Does Frost even use her shield? Oh, sorry. Reading from chat. Yeah, of course Frost uses her shield. My friend clearly has not watched Javara. When? I mean, like, hold focus and press back. There's a bit of naming shenanigans going on today. We've got Real Moth48, Fake Moth48, Moth49. Frost roll should be Nerf. I agree. No, I don't. I don't agree. Don't Nerf Frost, please. I like her being overpowered. It's very fun. It's interesting that today we've decided to abandon the usual tower and we've instead got like a random cluster. Kills Frost. Okay. I would show you the bracket, but it's kind of pointless because it's likely to change if there's a DQ. So it's Shadowpelt who's yet to check in, and usually he does check in, so I think he's probably not here, but we'll give it till 5 past to check. Wouldn't be fair otherwise. Probably a day mix-up since this one's on a Saturday. I think one lobby should be enough. It was throw a 4 frame punch. No, Jerry. Okay, it is currently 19:02:40. I guess we got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to wait. I guess this is a good time to mention this will be the last tournament with a prize from Fally, I believe. So there's €20 for first and €10 for second. So we've got a little stack going on. I guess the lobby. Oh, I guess the lobby is full. Oh, Fally just left. No, I'm not really central there, am I? These sort of overlap. Hope this is the exciting gameplay you come to stream for. Me trying to fit into a cube. Or square, I suppose. Bound to take on a more rectangular form, even. I think this is new. I've never seen this sort of shape. A rectangle. Okay, 19:04. Okay, about 45 seconds till 5 past. Make a shape. Yeah, I've never seen a tower with such a sturdy base. beautiful. Oh no, it's gonna collapse. Okay, it has struck 5 past now. Shadow is still not here. There's no message from them, so I think we'll get started. See, bracket got unexpectedly big in the last minute, which nice means my bracket screen no longer fits. Yeah, I did notice that Fally. Well, technically there's 14 players. Well, technically also the first one didn't have 14 because someone didn't check in. Either way you look at it, it doesn't work. Okay, very big bracket. I guess same as it ever was really, but what should we look at? I think we'll do... Did we do 2? Yeah, let's do 2. I guess Sasi vs Xtarman's a classic. Yeah, we can do Sasi Xtarman and Cherry vs Moth and 49 maybe. And then with the rest of winners can happen off stream. Okay. Oh no, I moved. Whoops. Let's try and fix this. Looks like we've got a sort of chair shape at the moment. Never mind, the chair is gone. It's Xtarman vs Sasi, isn't it? I did call her, I think. Yes, perfect. And here they are, both players on the mat, ready to go. There's a fairly common tournament matchup, I'd say. Seen it a couple times by now. It seems we're gentlemaning out the spell awakening. And going to the stars turned reverse. Guess I should do an I'm ready emote. And here we are, Sasi on the Lich vs Xtarman on the Sun Priestess. Round start. Sasi uses the flower to get through some diamonds. We get caught on some diamond spam a little bit later. A nice butterfly placement cancels the slowdown from Dispel. And Sally Sasi an escape from the pressure and evens things up right afterwards. We're on 3 hearts apiece. Oh, the flower dash not quite enough for Sasi there as they bonk into a wide and another wide, brings Sasi down to 1 heart. Got a well placed basic, but Xtarman on 2. Sasi approaches on these diamond spam, forces Xtarman to stop doing them a little bit early. Oh, a very scary basic against Sasi there. Encouraged the flower, but it's put in a really good place to be fair. And now with those butterflies helping, it was 1 heart apiece, but right afterwards, Xtarman finishes the card. Sasi is first to be hit in our second card. But evens things up. Xtarman in some pressure. Down to 2 hearts now. Oh no, walks back into a butterfly basic. Now down to 1 heart to Sasi's 3. It's a pretty good setup for Sasi here. He's pushed back a little bit by these wides from Xtarman. Now that that flower's gone, they find an opportunity to escape. Try for the Dispel trap, but the butterfly cancels the slowdown. Of course, if you don't know, when Sun presses her Dispel move, that's her big defensive special, it slows down the Lich a lot, and because Lich is already really slow, it can mean the Sun Priestess can get a follow-up hit with her basic usually, or just basic and wide, like here. But if Lich uses her Butterfly, which is has a cooldown, then she can override the slowdown and get back to normal speed really quickly. We've seen that a couple of times now, as Sasi evens things up, 1 card apiece now. Sasi caught with the movement there, some dangerous melee against Sasi from Xtarman, and no hits. However, it's Sasi caught on the approach just afterwards. And Sasi got away with a pretty big flower charge there. Xtarman opts to use the spell to cross over, and now Sasi's caught up against these diamonds. But Xtarman opts not to continue. And Sasi a fairly nice opportunity to seal up that wall with a second flower. With the first flower gone now, the wall is gone. Regardless, that's a hit against Xtarman. Quick 2 hits against Xtarman, bringing us 2 hearts apiece. So much pressure against Xtarman here. Not really much space to move without a big commitment. Oh, but such good movement on that diamond dash. Bringing Sasi down to just 1 heart right afterwards. Oh, what a flower dash. Butterfly is a bit slow there, but it's there in time. If Sasi doesn't have Butterfly when they're caught in Dispel, it could very easily be a hit going Xtarman's way. Xtarman brought down to their last heart. This first game will be going to a single heart decision. It's a good flower. Dispel immediately met by Butterfly. And it's Sasi taking game 1. Couldn't have been much closer that. Both players opting to stay. No surprises that. Definitely from that set, you'd say both of these have a chance to go on to win the match. Xtarman has fairly limited space here, but Sasi's actually first to get hit. Oh, was that Sasi? Oh, sorry, Xtarman caught in the flower at the end of invulnerability. It looks like the flower of Sasi's would have, not the flower, the basic of Sasi's would have caught Xtarman if it went for the flower anyway. Very nicely placed basic. That's gone now as the walls begin to close. Sasi caught, bringing us to 2 hearts. On the walls to a brief stop. And here they come again. There is no butterfly here, but Sasi escapes regardless. Sasi has to use a flower there. Caught a bit late on that basic. No flower for that basic, however. Sasi down to 1 heart and some diamonds finish the card for Xtarman. It's a pretty strong flower to start for Sasi. And a solid butterfly placement, I'd say. In Xtarman's area, but an overlapping flower to get through the diamonds will be quite poor for Sasi. He's caught by that basic, now 3 hearts apiece. Sasi caught again on the way back by some waffles. Xtarman caught, now 2 hearts apiece. The hits keep on coming. The hits keep on coming. That's Xtarman down to 1 heart. That's Sasi down to 1 heart. Oh. Yeah, Xtarman's been dodging like crazy in some of these situations. Walls close in, 1 heart apiece. Yet to see a hit. Tension building. Not much space here for Xtarman, but dodges regardless. Uses the spell right afterwards though. Now very little space for Xtarman. Regardless, they win the game. Bringing us to game 3. This is a great set to start the tournament, I'd say, so far. Ooh. Xtarman just dodging so close to that basic there. Oh my gosh, Xtarman in the center of the screen. Butterflies keep on coming. In a corner here, this is really bad for Xtarman. Has to use Diamond Dash. But good awareness, regardless gets hit afterwards. Sasi making use of the limited space. It's a bonk for Xtarman against that white. Revenge hit. Perfectly done, the Diamond Dash into breakfast. Oh, Xtarman about to be caught by Flower, uses the spell, no hits. The walls close in, Sasi gets a hit. And Sasi gets a card. Sasi has to be hit in this card, however. A basic, a pancake at the top of the world. Whoops. Sasi on 2 hearts to Xtarman's 3. And a flower dash into some pressure from Sasi, no hits. Regardless, it's a partition and 2 flowers there, splitting the screen into 2 halves. As I'm speaking, the flower vanishes. Quite strong flower placement, I'd say, from Sasi, although somewhat overlapping. Got 2 hearts now, a piece I should say, but 1 to Fally after that diamond dash. And there we are, last card of the set. Ooh. Xtarman finessing his way around this inner ring of white. Can't manage it too long, unfortunately, and oh no, that's the second hit. Sasi 4 hearts to Xtarman's 2 to begin. I swear I'm not actually whispering, this microphone is a strange thing. It's pretty good set of flowers there. Walls begin to close. Gonna get tighter and tighter. Xtarman's on just 1 heart. And there it is, a wide to finish things. Sasi will advance. Yeah. Okay, with that said, we'll move on to Cherry vs Falkmann. I may have had some bias in choosing to pick this set. Maybe some. Xtarman saying he'll never win against Sasi in tournament despite making it so close. And here. Okay, Cherry vs Falkmann. Falkmann. So Moth49, if you don't know, used to be a BB tag player back in the days from North America somewhere. They escaped the basement of Kopesh around a year ago today, and they've been playing a bit of Maiden and Spell here and there ever since. They're a Frost player, I believe. Of course, that is assuming everyone who uses the name Moth49 is in fact the same person, which I choose to believe. Oh yeah, stream is ready. I've conditioned people to react so that I'm ready, and then I just never use it anymore. So silly. Whoops. Okay, we have Red Hood vs Frost. He's a bit more of a long time player than Falkmann. Having played back in the Spellbound Season 2 days. The start, Falkmann's first to be hit. And gets hit by another basic at the bottom of the wall there. Seeing both players opting to play this at a sort of long range. Good choice to roll by Falkmann there, surrounded by quite a lot of pressure. But caught by some focus kunite. And that's a flawless card to start for Cherry. Oh no! The slight movement into the wide there by Moth 49. Oh, I really liked that air roll combo from Falkmann there, actually. Just the weird unfocused mix looked very tricky for Cherry, who did opt to use Vanish. It's such an awkward, unusual pattern, so I guess if you have to make your opponent side read like that mid-match, it's pretty good fingers crossed. But regardless, that's actually a perfect game for Cherry, winning 8-0. Wait, what is this in the chat? Fally, I am Scottish, yeah. Fice, what? Bro, I thought you were British. Where does he think Scotland is? Scotland is in Britain. Sorry to say. The Great Britain of Northern... what's the country called? The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Great Britain is the big island that contains like England, Wales and Scotland. And you have the British Isles where you got like the Isle of Man and all that. Then you also got Northern Ireland, which is also a part of the country, but not part of Britain because it's, well, it's kind of part of Britain. People say it's part of Britain, although it's not part of the islands called Britain. Strange stuff. Cherry actually loses a heart to Moth 49's Wham. Sort of hesitate. I'm not sure whether to call him Moth 49 or Falkmann. That's another good hit against Cherry. That some laser and wides against Cherry. Seems like the one pick's working a lot better for Falkmann. Has a heart advantage in this card. Ignore me. That's 2 quick hits against Fally. Now 3 hearts to 2 in Cherry's favour. Oh no! Falkmann actually managed that really tricky micro, but after to use the Navy Fire, and it costed them in the end. Now I'm 1 heart apiece after that well placed wide. That is Cherry winning the set 2-0. So let's get the bracket on screen. I think we'll stream... let's do 2 matches on stream again, maybe? I think AC Haxen and AxemJinx Fice we can do on stream. With the rest off, including losers, we'll do losers off stream, including losers round 2. Yeah. Use my scene transition plugin is broke, in case anyone realised that. So just to repeat, that will be losers. I'll be starting with AC vs Haxen, and going on to AxemJinx vs Fice. AC bouncing around between mats. And copy the movement. Oh, I see. Axen's over here, AC's over here. Seems Haxen wins the pre-game theatrics. So, in case you can't tell, this person in the top left is not me. You can tell because they have the word fake as the first word of their name. Attack of Moth the Fan 749. What? Guys, this person's terrible at impersonating me. I would never pick Green Hood. Unless it was off random, I suppose. Little wide hit, the first against Haxentrick. Ah, I've just spoiled the game, it's Haxentrick. Good avoidance of the nervy fire by Haxen, who gets a hit in return. AC looking for an approach here, trying to fight with the top of the screen. The walls begin to close, AC on the rush down. No hits. Hit. Haxen on 2 hearts. Or nervy fire just barely escaped with the help of Vanish there. But a bonk on the wide brings us to 2 hearts apiece. Haxentrick now down to 1 heart to AC's 2. Oh, it was such good dodging by AC at the top of that wall. Oh, that time bonking on a wide, bringing us to 1 heart apiece, but a wide shoved into the corner brings AC the first card of the set. Nervy fire met by Vanish. Now Haxentrick down to 2 hearts fairly early into this card with AC on 3. AC taken to their last hearts by some kunai. Nervy fire in the corner met by Vanish. Nervy fire has a shorter cooldown than Vanish. That does provide a little window for AC to go in with the nervy fire. But a wide brings us to 1 heart apiece. And it's 2 hearts going to AC to win the first game. AC looking for an approach here. Never mind, backs off. Gets a hit at long range, brings Haxentrick down to 2. Nervy fire is escaped without the help of Vanish there. And at the end of it, some kunais are in the face of AC. Oh, some good micro by AC against those unfocused kunai this time. But has to use nervy fire afterwards. Now Haxentrick down to 1 heart. That's another. Ooh! Strange occurrence at the start of the 4th card. Yeah, some really tricky unfocused kunai coming from the back while you got to think about the basic coming in front. AC decides to avoid all that with the use of Nervy Fire. Ooh, a nice running basic. Gives a hit for AC. Sorry if you heard that. Was very close to minimum here. Just 1 heart in this card taken so far. As I speak, it's very quickly rectified with Haxentrick being kept by a laser. Now on 2 hearts. Some good movement by AC prevents the 3rd hit of this card. Shouldn't speak for too much. There's some kunai bringing AC to their 3rd heart. Walls close in again. AC caught by basic, bringing us to 2 hearts apiece. A very well placed wide catches Haxentrick escaping the melee. Vanish is met by 6 kunai, which is not really considered much by AC, avoided fairly easily. Regardless, AC down to 1 heart. Felt like a very risky Nervy Fire, but the timings worked out quite well there in regards to the kunai. Walls close in, but we won't see much of that as AC finishes the set with a wide 2-0. As that said, we'll move on to AxemJinx vs Fice next. Maybe the first time I've seen this matchup actually. Axem vs Fice. Be an interesting match, I imagine. Looks like Fice is on the mat. Oh, is Axem? I'll use the I'm ready this time. I really do love the I'm ready emote. Fice has no confidence to begin. Interesting. AxemJinx often sees depth. Not the character I expected, but still a character I imagine could work. Character Axem is fairly proficient with it. Axem has to be hit there. Seems Axem against this wall. Manages to escape, hiding behind this large bubble. Uses shotgun to prevent Fice going in, it seems. Now again hides behind the bubble. Looks like AxemJinx is waiting till minerals perhaps? Well, not quite as that shotgun catches Fice out. Now 3 hearts apiece. Axem in a really tricky spot here, but gets a hit. Oh. Fice just caught on the edge of Whirlpool. Perhaps misjudged the size it would grow to. Oh, another well-placed shotgun. Seems like in that first card, AxemJinx got an awful lot of hits with that shotgun. Axem banks into a dagger. Gets a hit with a shotgun right afterwards. Oh, running at Fice with the use of basic, keep them somewhat safe. Little strategy. Another shotgun. Brings Fice to 2 hearts. Oh, very lovely movements by Axem to avoid the wides there. Oh no, the second layer shotgun just a bit too greedy there with the incoming lasers. Yeah, Jellycat can parry Novi Fire, I believe. That was long range shotguns from AxemJinx which caught Fice onto their last heart. Kind of funny to see a shotgun checkmate set up like that. Walls close in. Axem escapes behind the safety of their bubble, but looks for a hit there. Caught on the approach, however, now down to just 1 heart. Ooh, these basics and side lasers are so scary. Axem has to use Jellycat there. It was a pretty good defensive use, and oh, yeah, I just caught that. AxemJinx on 1 card now. Really strong combination of laser and wides from Fice. He's punished at the start of this round with a shotgun against the Novi Fire. Oh no, just clipped by that whirlpool. Ooh, that dodge looked quite illegal on my screen. AxemJinx almost inside that wide range. Oh my gosh, Axem. See that? Axem just like microing in between the 2 pallets of wides. He had such a small distance and he just moved for a full speed. There's so much respect. That's game 1 to Axem. Oh, Falkmann. The Fice is swapping Storm. I did hear them say earlier today that Storm is their secondary, although I've not seen much of it. Yeah. AxemJinx with the fair play. Fice announced their character before Axem did. But technically Axem did have the choice to counterpick. And a lot of people would choose to avoid the Depth Storm matchup. They're pretty respectful of AxemJinx to stick with it. Ooh, ooh. Watching Axem's a treat, I swear. That dodge of the basics. Tickles my brain in some way. The basic against shotgun. Ooh. Uses the Jellycat into shotgun as a way to approach. So Axem's getting caught again, now down to 1 heart. Seems like Fice is doing a really good job setting up these walls. Gets the first card in a flawless manner. Ooh. A really interesting little setup there. Long range shotguns being pressed by Axem encourage the flash step use from Fice. Would have been checkmate there. Flash steps back up. Oh my gosh. I don't even realise the setup's there. AxemJinx finding the gap, so small, continues to find the gap. No! Axem's so close to surviving that. Would have been a miracle. Now 3 hearts apiece. Oh, nice little setup from AxemJinx again. We get to hit with the wides. With Fice up against the wall, now down to 2 hearts. Good setup, encourages the flash step from Fice, but has the chance to finish it with the clone. There's a heart against Axem. Very aggressive clone placement here. Will we see a checkmate? Looks like AxemJinx is going for the long range checkmate with the shotguns himself, but it wasn't enough. Now Fice down to just 1 heart after that bank with the heavy wide speed. Good movement once again by AxemJinx. Fice looking to set up a wall here, but with no space, AxemJinx finishes him off. Now down to 1 card. Oh, a nice little moonwalk. If AxemJinx is going to play it so close to Fice with these dodges, that little moonwalk can rarely throw him off. We see I got a hit there. Oh, but pincered between clone. That's 2 hearts to Axem now. Oh, good use of Jellycat. Scary shotguns. Basics that just don't checkmate. Walls begin to close. A strong checkmate. Not much space there, but there was for Fice, who gets hit just afterwards. And a shotgun brings us to even. Oh, Abandon basic catches Fice that, but the charge basic catches Axem. We're down to 1 heart apiece. Oh, Axem's alive. Ops to use Jellycat to make that micro a little easier. But now Axem against the wall, there's really not much space here. That will be game 2 going to Fice. Let's see, AxemJinx, despite putting up a pretty good performance, also a stupid matchup. Very sad. Axem switches to Frost. Now, not a matchup he's pretty optimistic about, at least when I last heard his opinion on it. But it's an interesting switch. Well, it's a pretty nice comfort pick, I find. You know, a good Frost can play at a long range and survive reasonably well if they think they have the better micro and ability. It's Snowfair Fice first to be hit, but charge basic catches Axem in return. See a pretty big wall building up, but Axem finds the way out and gets a hit afterwards. Oh. The wide, which brings us to 2 hearts apiece. Walls begin to close. Wrong dodge roll by Axem. Manages to find the gap at the wall. Fice banks on some basic. Well, down to 1 heart. Wall's at a squarish position. Should start closing in. There they are. And Fice hit at mid-range by that focus basic. Means the first cards will go to AxemJinx. Options plays at a long range. Fice unable to set up a checkmate so far. As the clone vanishes, there's a gap for Axem at the top of the screen. Again, no checkmates, but regardless, good movements by AxemJinx to avoid the pressure. Walls begin to close. Close into min walls now. As Fice is hit while Axem is in a pretty tough position, I'd argue. Very relieving hit for Axem, I'd imagine. Unfortunate to roll into wide for Axem there, bringing us down to 3 hearts apiece. Some good movement into the wides, brings Fice onto 2 hearts. The stun wave right afterwards brings it very quickly to 1 heart to Fice. Axem rolling in with these wides, using wides quite a lot. Not something you'd usually expect to see, but it is working. So that is AxemJinx closing out the set, 2-1. I guess I'll repeat the call that losers round 2 can happen off stream. Which means we'll move on to winners for now. Starting with Fally vs DarkAC. And then Axem vs Aldy. Another Storm-based for Axem by the looks of it. Both players on the mat. We'll be getting started soon. I believe we saw this in a fairly recent Squiggle Boy tournament. Not sure if it was the first or second. In red on red in the Worm's jewel box. Arcanist vs Worm. AC, it's as preferred top wall. Very tricky when the moon comes down now. The miniature against AC. The walls close in before a hit is taken. Pretty tricky movement required by AC, manages it regardless. Gets an early fight up, manages to drift into the clock. Like the awareness and the foresight to do that was kind of crazy. Like to do the notifier, you had to realise Fally had to clock. and then you realise you had the safety to move into that clock. That was just wonderful. As I'm gushing over that, AC has been hit twice. Walls close in. This will be a centre moon, forcing the Novi Fire from AC, and it's punished by basic from Fally. When it's a clock in the corner, which should be card. Oh, never mind. That's why I always forget Novi Fire's a move. Those 6 debuffs in a corner. That's not something AC can avoid. Debuffs come across but none connect. But it's a wide that hits first. Oh, fairly risky Novi Fire from AC. Doesn't get a hit but isn't hit in return. Very narrow dodge of the clock. Again, AC seems pretty desperate to land these Novi Fires. The walls close in. Fally's 4 hearts, Fally's 3 hearts after that white. The AC's 2 hearts after that white. Losers round 3 will be on stream, I imagine. I guess just wait for my call on that one. Walls close in. I think that Novi Fire was forced for AC to survive, and they're rewarded with a hit and another one with the wides. Oh, but this time it's AC caught on the wides, now down to 1 heart apiece, but it's a running basic. It's a card to AC. Barrage of debuffs coming in, 2 connect, 3 connect now. Why is that? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of debuffs. Miniature, toxic, and I should really know my debuffs. Slow. AC survives. Walls begin to close in. AC looks for the hit. He's hit himself, however. But it's a nice wide, filling the gap of basic that catches Fally. A pretty nasty paralyze for AC here. A miniature too, and a toxic bubble. Not often too relevant, but there it is, catching AC out. These debuffs just keep on coming. Yeah, Fally's doing such a good job landing them. AC, good survival skills, no debuffs at hand at the minute. Oh, Sentiment. Reacted by Novi Fire, reacted by Basic, AC down to just 1 heart. Did Fally fall off? I think AxemJinx ought to shut his mouth because he's very close to winning this game. Oh no! It's an unfortunate movement mistake there by AC as Fally takes game 1. Both opting to stay. This is both of these players' best characters, so it does make sense. Fally's first to be hit in the second game by that wide. It's a really strong Novi Fire, I believe first to connect this set. Only down to 2 hearts. Debuff's not too relevant for AC here. Never mind, that's an awful lot of debuffs in just a moment. paralyzed and confused. The confused does not renew, despite what the game may have you believe. Walls close in. AC just giving these basics a bit of a punch, but is hit regardless. And no! Novi Fire and Clock almost came out at the same instant. But 2 hits in the follow-up on AC brings the card Fally's way. AC first to be hit, and oh! No hit in follow-up to the Novi Fire there. Although just a debuff of Paralyze. Debuff of Death Toll there. Seems that Paralyze is very relevant in that mood. AC 2 hearts to Fally's 4. Good positioning by AC to avoid these attacks. As the walls close in. Oh, very risky Novi Fire by AC. One person was bound to get hit, and unfortunately for AC, it was himself. Now down to 1 heart to Fally's 4. There's no further down you can be in a best of 3 sets. 4 hearts to 1, last card down a game. AC looks for a way in, forced out by the fake clock. So many debuffs, and on the approach, Fally takes the set. That's 2-0 to Fally. That means we'll move on to AxemJinx vs Aldy. I am ready. Aldy is on a mission to obtain capital. Because you don't know, he's referring to the prize this tournament has offered by Fally. It's given to the top 2 placement. We are seeing a wham from AxemJinx, Aldy's Stormbeast. It is kind of interesting choice from AxemJinx, but I do remember earlier in the lobby today, Aldy said something about struggling with the wham matchup. So I wonder if AxemJinx saw that, or just vaguely knows about this weakness of Aldy's, and that's the reason we're seeing the wham. Who knows? I'm sure Axem does. They're 3 hearts to 2 in Axem's favour to start things off. Ooh. Walls begin to close. The aggressive clone placement. Fally avoid. Fally? Where's Fally? Whoops. Axem avoids, but gets caught on the run in regardless. Now 2 hearts to 1 in Axem's favour after that melee attack. Looks to be a checkmate for Aldy here. Never mind. AxemJinx, I could have never saw that. But finds the gap. Doesn't find the gap there though, as the clone charge melee basic catches Axem out. But regardless, it's first card going Axem's way. Let's charge basic against Axem to start things off. Ooh! Slightly illegal on our screen. Oh, it was fine on Axem's. Oh my gosh. I think Axem might genuinely just have the best movement out of everyone. Like every time I watch his gameplay, I have to say ooh or ah like 20 times. I think movement's my favourite aspect of this game when I'm playing. A lot of fun to get some good movement off. That makes AxemJinx a particularly fun player to watch, I'd say. Axem down to 1 heart, Aldy free after an attack from Axem there. Novi Fire is met by Flash Stack, which is met by Wide, which is met by Basic, which is met by this card going Aldy's way. Walls close in before a hit. Don't get much of a chance there as Aldy's caught on the wall by Laser. Do I even comment on it? Perfect movement by Axem. There's lasers against walled Aldy. I wonder if it's Aldy or Aldy. Not actually sure on that one. But long range lasers, a flawless card for AxemJinx to finish the first game. I can definitely relate to that. Sometimes if you're playing in tournament, you just so certain about what character you're going to play, you just say stay without even thinking about the character select not shenanigans. A lot of players, including Aldy, who only really have one character that they play. At least one character they play significantly more than the other 7. That's AxemJinx down to 2 hearts already. Ooh. It's basic catching Aldy. Oh my. How many times do I have to say ooh when Axem's on the screen? That's a basic catching Aldy, now 2 hearts apiece. Now a laser, Aldy on 1 heart. Very risky Novi Fire. The clone right on top of Axem there, ready to punish. And it's some wide switch catch Axem, now down to 1 card. Seems like we're up to the beginnings of a wall here. Looks very seriously like checkmate. And no gap there for Axem to find. It's a wide catching Axem, now down to 2 hearts on the last card of this game. And Novi Fire in the corner, lands a hit. Oh. Well placed basic brings Axem down to 1 heart, and that's game 2 going Aldy's way. Wonder if we'll see a switch from AxemJinx, who earlier did decide to pick Frost into the Storm Beast. There we are again with the Frost. Seems Axem's in a fairly strong position here, making things a bit awkward for Aldy. Aldy is hit in return for that, but a wide catches Axem, and a second wide catches Axem. Stormbeast's wide is really good at, stopping you from moving, because it's so chaotic and hard to predict. Like with other wides, if you're like conscious of them and you're aware of them, you can still move if you're sensible about it, but it's really hard to do that against Stormbeast, I find. A very strong setup for Aldy here. Oh, and a good roll by Axem, and it's an unfortunate fact that the wide was just on the other end, in the perfect place to catch. There's some basics catching Axem out, but a hit against Aldy quite quickly in return. And a second. Ooh. Deku was a very good stun wave, just at the very, very edge of that basic. I'd love to see this from Axem's perspective, to see if all of these dodges are as close as they look. That's Axem taking the second card, bringing us to the last card of this set. Axem first to be hit. Walls close in. Base will be really limited, really quickly here. A wide catches AxemJinx, now down to 2 hearts. Meanwhile, Aldy is still on 4, and another wide brings Axem down to their last heart, where a steep comeback would be required. Aldy very close to finishing out the set. Some strong basics dissipate, fade away. The first hit of this card for AxemJinx. Some strong positioning here. Aldy escapes to a safer place with the fast speed of Stormbeast. I'm very scared during these wides on Axem's half. These rolls, sorry. Of course, in this matchup, if you make a dodge of your roll, it's very scary to think if there's going to be a wide on the other end. Sometimes that can be kind of hard to predict. And what a dodge roll that was from AxemJinx just now. It brings Aldy down to 2 hearts. Oh. Axem is safe. Why do I speak? That's Aldy taking the set, 2-1. I will give Aldy a place in the winners finals to meet Fally. But before that, we'll have some losers rounds to get to. But even before that, I think I'd like to take a little intermission here. Just a couple of minutes, I'll be back. So see you soon, I guess. Goodbye. Hi everyone, I'm back. Guess we'll get started pretty soon. My losers has been waiting for quite a while here. Get it on the bracket on screen while I decide what to stream. We have some. I think we'll just stream one of losers rather than both. And I think I'd like to see Haxentrick versus Sasi. So we'll do that one on stream with the other off stream. Oh. Oh, they're on the mat. I didn't even see them. Whoops. 2-3. Aldy does not have many hours at all. It's kind of surprising with how good they are at the game. I've been playing this game for quite a while, but I don't actually have too many hours. I think I only have like 980. We'll be going to the Stars Town to rest. There will be no discos in my mind. Oh, there's a dispute. The disco will continue in my mind as Moth 48 fake version demands it so. Pretty strong central flower to start things for Sasi. He's fast to get a hit against Haxentrick. Sorry. Something very silly I love about this game, which is if Lich steps into one of her wide flowers, it looks like she's hiding behind it. It covers like most of her sprite, and she just pops out a tiny little bit. And for some reason, it makes me very happy when I see that. As I'm speaking about that, a game is happening. And a card has passed. Haxentrick wins the first card with 2 hearts remaining. Oh no. That's a flower charge interrupted by Haxen. If you don't know about flowers in this game, if you're charging flower and you get hit drawing that, the flower still goes off cooldown. So you have no flower, but you still have to wait a long cooldown to place another one down. And a flower just stuffed means, never mind, that was a fake cooldown. 1 heart apiece now after that, basically. Nice Haxentrick taking game 1 with some kunai coming from Benny. This time Sasi releases flower just in time. Oh, Haxen rarely laying on the pressure there. Basic after basic, catching Sasi in the end. Oh, there's a gap at the top of the flower, identified by Haxentrick. The walls close in, Haxen runs into the wide. Sasi caught by basic. The wide hit the basic, we could say. Sasi again, caught by the wide hit of basic, now down to 1 heart. The Haxen's free. It's the first card going Haxen's way with 3 hearts remaining. Walls close in, but not for long as Sasi's hit by basic. It's a hit against Haxen in return now. And another against Sasi with the basic. Oh, very narrow dodge of the basic by Haxentrick. Well placed by Sasi. The walls close in. Seeing Sasi go for the flower charge. Very large flower at the top of the screen will restrict Haxentrick's movement for a little while. And it's a double hit, first of the tournament. Brings Sasi to 1 heart to Haxen's 2. As Haxen follows suit very quickly. Now the space is looking really limited for Haxentrick. Sasi looking to place a butterfly, not quite. Waiting on the butterfly placement as Haxentrick caught, loses a card. Brings us to 1 card apiece. In this 3rd card, Haxentrick first to land a hit. Ball runs into a flower just afterwards. 3 hearts apiece. Oh, Sasi getting away with a really large flower there. And immediately converts it into a hit even. Sasi's flower in the defensive way there. Caught by those kunai. Haxentrick down to 1 heart now to Sasi still free. Sasi caught moving backwards. Regardless, card to Sasi and game. Ooh, good micro by Sasi against his kunai. This time uses flower instead, but it's in a fairly good position. It's a fairly interesting thing for Lich that a flower is like, you know, a defensive that she has to use to save herself sometimes, but also like a long-term, there's a long-term impact on the game. And to save herself, sometimes she has to sacrifice that good setup. I'm speaking, it's 3 hearts to 2, Sasi's way. Sasi caught by some kunai, moving backwards. Screen is littered with stationary projectiles here. That's the sisters' duel. Sasi getting caught, now down to 1 heart, and it's a second quick hit against Sasi in the final game of this set. Yeah, mixing up the words here. Whatever it is, it's a first card going Haxentrick. Sorry for my absence, I had to fix something behind the scenes quickly. Looks like Sasi's down to 1 heart as the walls close in. That brings Haxentrick down to 2. Could be tournament life for Sasi here. And it is, as Sasi caught by basic, given the set 2-1 to Haxentrick. Regardless of the outcome, I think it was a pretty strong performance from Sasi. You know, Haxentrick is a very, very difficult and scary opponent. And it's nice to see their fellow intermediate crossing the gap. As I say, intermediates with some amount of doubt. I don't believe the lie that Haxentrick is a mid-intermediate. And I will keep saying it. Regardless, in our off-stream match, it looks like Fice won over Cherry 2-0, which means they will be advancing to fight AC 143 in the next round of losers, which we will stream shortly. After that, we will stream the other round of losers, which will be Haxentrick versus Axem. I'd say Fice has had a pretty strong run in this bracket so far. Maybe we can show that quickly. The internal leads into AxemJinx in a close set. Beating BT and Cherry and now facing AC. Here they are on the mat. My Imposter versus Fice. Oh, sorry, no, wait, what? My Imposter? This shouldn't be my Imposter. Why is... I'm spectating the wrong game. Whoops. Where's the right game isn't here. Guess we'll wait. Wait. Yeah, it should be AC vs Fice. Did I call it wrong? No, I called it right. Yeah. Okay, I thought I was going mad for a moment. Good to see him not. I'll give the arm ready. We doing the thing? Question mark. We doing whatever you want. LOL. No. No. I just have to speak kind of briefly there. I'm excited to see what the thing is. So Fice is fast to be hit. Can't tell what the thing is quite yet, if there is a thing at all. Oh, both pressing laser at the same time. AC escapes alive. Fice now down to 2 hearts. Oh. Of a mid-range battle here. bit of dead zoning, AC comes atop, wins the card with 4 hearts remaining. And succeeds in the dead zoning war once again. Laser card Fice on the approach. Fice down to 1 heart very quickly at the start of the second card. Would be a quick set here. That's very, very quick. I believe 8-0 for AC. People expect the WAM mirror to take 45 minutes. Doesn't seem like it will. What a matchup. Just looking out at mid-range. Weekend Warriors. 3 hearts apiece. AC's first hit. AC's second hit. Is the whoops, daisies. That is correct, yeah. AC is red. Fice is yellow. I see, so there's some lore behind the 45 minutes. That's crazy that there's been a second meme where Mirror and a Moon of Maidens. What the heck? I think the Wemmer is just something that often leads to jokes. Because I mean, look at it. Press the OB fire. This is so sad. That's a dead zone. That's a basic, not quite in dead zone. That's 3 hearts to AC and 2 hearts to Fice. Two hearts apiece now. Fice looking for a dead zoning battle. AC saying, please leave me alone. AC with a dagger in the face. Oh, risky lasers at close range, or mid-range, sorry, but it's AC getting caught by white. Dead zone in battle. Seems like Fice is usually the one to initiate. It's a defensive Novi Fire usage by AC, which means we could see the offensive Novi Fire by Fice. Oh, it looks like the opportunity's passed. This is so sad. Well, does Fice know that? That's a hit against Fice again. That's a hit against AC with the white. Dead zoning. Aim it. The wide to your face. There's a laser you can't quite get through at 2-0 to AC. So with that, we'll move on to AxemJinx versus Haxentrick. Oh, Fice. It was a much better second game from Fice, actually. Haxentrick's bragging, he thinks he can die faster than Fice did. Both players on the mat. I'm ready. Oh, wrong emote. I'm ready in the chat. Gotta specify wrong emote. I'll do it in brackets. Wrong emote. Cherry AFK. AC. Good luck, have fun with a little squiggle. Because this is Squiggle Woy. Gotta include the squiggle. We doing the thing? Question mark. What is the thing? I'm still not sure about what the thing is. Is the thing 45-minute wear mirrors? Because that's not what we saw last time. What is the thing? Is the thing Benjamin Grimm from new movie Fantastic Four? Axem, you know the thing. I believe in you. Remember it. The Lich Mirror? Was this the thing? Ben? Axem's soul maybe guided him towards the thing, even if he seemed oblivious. It's probably the most unique matchup in the game. As the walls close in, 3 hearts apiece. It's one we saw last tournament as well, saw a bit of it there. Oh, very strong flower from AxemJinx there, deleting 1 flower and 2 butterflies. That's some pretty clumped butterflies from AxemJinx, and Haxem capitalizes with a 3 butterfly delete. This is really tight space here. That's a Haxentrick down to 1 heart. That's a wide hidden behind a wide with a Haxentrick included. That's a basic in the face. Very rarely not in the face in this game, isn't it? 1 heart to Haxen on this first game, who runs into a wide to seal things early. 1 out to Axem. Let's see, do we keep with the thing? Stay. Okay, I think this could be the thing. Have we got any confirmation? This seems like some sort of Diary of a Wimpy Kid stuff. You remembered the thing, this is the thing. I think the thing would solo the entire Maiden and Spell universe. Very topical. There's 3 butterflies. There's 7 butterflies. Will we see 8? There's 8 butterflies on my screen. There's 2 disappeared by a greedy flower. The walls close in. A strong flower by Haxentrick. But Haxen has very limited space here. He'll have to make quite a big committal play. Who gets caught? He'll get to a safer space. Oh, strong basic by Haxentrick, avoided well by Axem. Ooh, and the double hit from two very, very independent attacks. Just complete coincidence there, more or less. One heart to Haxentrick. That's Zara. Best card of this game going Axem's way. Seems like Axem's almost cornered here just from this butterfly pressure alone, and does get hit. But a strong flower deletes quite a lot of Axem's pressure. Axem's pressure. Haxen, Axem, Haxen, Axem, Haxen, Axem, Haxen, Axem. The different names, I have to train my voice. Oh, I see these Axen. I just mixed them up. Axen, what's Axen? Axen butterflies are pretty close. The names of using AxemJinx. AxemJinx? I think that's the best fusion I can come up with. The walls seem fairly squarish. That disrupts the squarish walls. 3 hearts to 2 in Haxen's favour. Is there a gap at the top of the screen, I wonder? No, there isn't. Good movement by Haxen. As there's no flowers on the screen, but so many projectiles coming from so many angles. Oh my goodness. Haxen's first to be victim. Now 2 hearts apiece, now 2 hearts to 1 in Haxen's favour. After a strong basic, but a stronger basic in return brings us back to even. 1 heart apiece. What could be Haxentrick's last card? Or could be just another card. Oh, these butterflies are so cramped from Haxen. 3 of them are deleted. But still a pretty strong setup from Haxentrick despite the setback. And now it's AxemJinx's which are clumped. And now AxemJinx has no on the screen, but a flower deletes so many of Haxen's. And now, oh, what's happening? 3 butterflies. Because of these flowers, each person has his own part of the screen, it seems. And Haxem, who's Haxem? One of them 2 gets caught. The one that typically plays Green Hood. The one that is impersonating me. Loses the set 2-0. Goodbye, fake Moth fan. I appreciate the... what do you call it? The impersonation? I don't really appreciate an impersonation. I think I've got to find a more positive word. I guess I should call winners. We'll do winners finals next, which will be Fally vs Aldy. I guess I could call it cosplay. That's a slightly more positive word than impersonator. From now on, our sets will be played best of 5. I'm thinking about it, was this the grand finals of Unbound 2? Fally vs Aldy? I remember that was seriously quite unexpected at the time. Oh, so apparently these may have not met since Unbound 2, which is way back in like October, maybe? October of last year. Good luck, have fun, Mr. Debuff. That's the expected matchup of Stormbeast vs Red Arc. Oh my gosh, the debuffs. Aldy caught at the edge there. But by wide that time, now down to 2 heart. But a basic catches Fally from the clone. Moon forces the flash down. Aldy goes for a really nice setup here. Gets hit by a basic. Ooh. Good movement. Micro at a fast speed by Aldy. Regardless, the card's at the top wall by wide. Aldy, Fally had no space at all there, but manages to escape just by getting a hit against Aldy. Oh, time stop. Can't quite catch the flash step. The moon comes down. This is a very scary moon with the potential for wide, but no hits. It's a wide catch him, Aldy at mid range, and a confuse and a slow are applied. Aldy down to 1 heart, Fally on 4 seals the card. Game 1 going Fally's way. Aldy confused is just opting to not press any buttons at all. And these basics look very scary for Fally here. He does find the gap at the top of the screen. And this could be another scary setup here, but no. Fally finds his way through. Again, is this something scary? No, again. This time Aldy caught on a moon, giving the invincibility for Fally to run right through. So if Fally wins this tournament, he will have won 4 Squiggle Ways in a row. You know, this is the 4th tournament, so that's kind of an impressive stat. I think with ATM it took like 90 something tournaments for someone to win 4 in a row. With Squiggle Boy it's only going to take 4 perhaps. We'll see, maybe someone will stop him. There's some basics catching Fally in the corner, down to 1 heart. Would be a card for Aldy here, and there it is. Good movement by Aldy to avoid both the moon and the clock. Good movement again, but caught by the wide. Now 3 hearts apiece. Aldy caught by Moon, now down to 1 heart, so Fally's still free. It's a pretty scary setup against Fally, but not phased, gets the hit, and oh my gosh. It's the mega hit. Oh. I'm not sure, can Clock catch Storm when she's in flash step? I think it probably can. Oh, very scary Moon against Aldy here. Has the speed to avoid with that. Couple of debuffs miss. At that time, flash step had to be used 4 hearts apiece as we approach min walls. These debuffs create a channel Aldy can't move through. Hit by basic, that's the first hit of this card. Aldy looks for one in return. Doesn't get it quite so soon. Still looks to cover the screen in those basics, create a horizontal wall. Succeeds, gets a hit on Fally, and Fally caught right afterwards, now down to 2 hearts very quickly. It's a quick return to even things out at 2 hearts. Oh, I love those mid-charged basics from Aldy. Didn't get a hit, but rarely limited the space that Fally had to dodge. But equally was a good dodge from Fally. Now Aldy down to 1 heart to Fally's 2. A good setup from Aldy, but it's not enough. It's right before it had its impact. That gives a game 2 to Fally. That's a round start melee basic from Aldy to start. Oh, Aldy too late under that moment. Clock made it difficult. And runs back into that basic, bringing it 2 hearts to Aldy to Fally's 3. That's a quick hit. Looks like it could be a quick card. Aldy's now on 1 heart. It's interesting, last card we saw nearly at min walls before the first hit, but this one decided so quickly. Pretty strong basics on Aldy's end. Fally just knows he's safe seemingly. Very expertly finds the gap there. Fally's cycling debuffs. Gets a hit with the basic. Aldy on 2 hearts. Para, confused, slow, toxic. My beautiful monitor has switched itself off. I can't see what's happening. The monitor is back on. The disco party in my mind continues. Aldy down to 1 heart underneath that moon. Oh, such a small gap that Fally finds his way through. And again, there's a miniature. But Aldy gets a hit on Fally. 3 hearts to Aldy's 1, and that's the set. 3-0 to Fally. So with that said, we'll move on to losers semi-finals, which will be AC143 versus AxemJinx. This is such an ancient set. I remember seeing this. I got an AC's like first really good tournament performance. He got a win over Axem and Feather. I remember that was such a brilliant tournament run. It's been a couple of years, 1 or 2 years since then. Hope they're already on the mat, no need for callouts. If AC can repeat it. I know both of these people are very cemented in their expert status. Let's hit them with the arm ready. Lich vs Frost. I've been playing this matchup with AC recently. I think it is something he said he's preferring to do into Frost now. Well, if I do recall the tournament I was talking about earlier, which is hardly relevant, I'll be honest, but in case you're wondering, it was Wham vs Frost, which AC played. Seen AC build from the back. Oh, very good stun wave. AxemJinx gets a hit. So AC likes to build from the back, I guess. Just press that flower and hide behind it to wait till min walls, but unfortunately gets caught charging that flower. Now down to 1 heart. In what can be quite a long matchup, AxemJinx is doing a really good job keeping up the pressure, already bringing AC down to 1 heart before we've even seen min walls, or got honestly anywhere close to it. The walls do close in again. Now AC has a good spot to hide in, but regardless, can't manage the micro. It's a card going to AxemJinx. Walls closed in before any hits this time. Then AC just builds, but at the back, hiding behind this large flower. AxemJinx trying to stay as close as he can, so his basic is as threatening as possible. We're seeing it is seriously quite threatening, as AC now down to 2 hearts, now down to 1 heart, really struggling against AxemJinx's Frost here. If AxemJinx does go on to close this set now, I wonder if AC will consider switching to Wham. Honestly, from AC's perspective, AxemJinx just looks so scary. Good use of stun wave. That's a card to game to Axem. I do like the use of stun wave there. Like just going in that risky position, knowing you have stun wave and knowing you're barely likely to get a hit. You know, you can stay there, get your basics off, and when the danger comes, press stun wave. Looks like AC is opting to stay. Trend of people saying stay before Axem has the chance continues. Again, AC building from the back, AxemJinx trying to stay as close as possible with his basics. Looking for a way in there, gets a strong white off, but a strong dodge by AC to avoid it. Axem trying to make it difficult for AC, charging that flower as the walls close in. No hits so far. AC caught on the edge of his own flower there by basic. Axem trying to punish the greed on the flower charge, but AC's invincibility remained a bit too long. Now seems like AC actually has a fairly strong position here. He's very scared of the approach. That is the thing about Lich in this matchup. If Frost can get in, Lich can be very scared. See, Frost has so many good options at close range, like that stun wave we saw there. Axem will look for his moments to get in. And AC is away from his flower. That's why AC so often opts to stay in its flower. Just place the butterflies there. The pressure isn't as strong against Axem, but he feels much safer. It's not working this set, but I imagine he thinks if he can survive behind his flower, then he can survive until min-wars, so he can just choke the opponent out. Just win by dodging better and playing better. I have struggled to do so this set. Now down to 2 hearts to Axem's 4. Axem definitely has a way in, but AC reacts in time. Perhaps expects the roll in, places the flower down and gets a hit on Axem. Seeing that AC opts to charge the flower a little bit longer. Something he likes to do is micro. Frost Space Focus Basic whilst charging flower, which is something he can do at mid-range. Regardless, AC now down to 1 heart. And that's 2-0 to AxemJinx so far. This is best of 5 still. Yes, this is. Okay, so AxemJinx stays, AC stays. This is seriously quite a fun matchup, I find, especially playing against AC. I don't think we've seen too much of it, but dodging out minerals as Frost is something that gets me very excited. Having to manage all the butterflies, knowing where you can move and where safe, and constantly misdirecting and working with the limited space. It's one of the best things this game has to offer, I think. Regardless, the walls do close in, so maybe we'll get to see some of that. That's a nice roll combo, giving AC 2 hearts, stalling that possibility just a little bit. AC on 1 heart. Again, hiding behind these flowers, gives himself quite a lot more space. AxemJinx taking very long to contest that. AC has just like half the screen to himself behind this flower now. As the walls close in, that half will become a slightly bigger fraction. Is this 2 thirds? Perhaps. But as the flower vanishes and the perhaps 2 thirds becomes a much smaller number. I'm very bad at visualizing, I can't tell you what that number is, but regardless, it's a 4-0 card to AxemJinx. A very strong performance from AxemJinx in this set so far. It's looked almost hopeless for AC at times. Oh, good micro from AC to survive and get that big flower off. Seems like Axem wasn't in a rush to contest it, and AC capitalized. Now as the walls close in, AC has a huge amount of space. Put all these butterflies in the same place. Oh, AC managing the micro for so long here, and look at the size of that flower now. Axem just has a very small section of the screen to work with here. But it's just managing perfectly fine because all these butterflies are just horizontally aligned, so Axem can dodge just by moving left to right, left to right. But almost the lack of space doesn't matter so much. As AxemJinx gets a heart as to this. Oh, and what a stun! Punishing the grade. being this min walls, dodging of butterflies I mentioned earlier. That stun wave just isn't quite enough. Good flower placement for AC. I think maybe ACs could be playing a bit too safe with his butterflies. Maybe that's giving Axem like too much comfort in his approaches and his attacks, making things harder for AC maybe. So especially when you're against this wall, you don't have enough space to move backwards really as well. I imagine it's a lot harder to play from that way. Oh, heart of the cards there by AC. Now down to just one heart then to Axem's 3. Heart of the cards again. Regardless, it is the set going AxemJinx's way in a very strong 3-0 performance. So that means we'll be moving on to losers finals, which will be a rematch in AxemJinx versus Aldy. Okay, both players on the mat. I'll hit them with the I'm ready. I believe I'm ready. I am ready. Perfect. I wonder what matchup we'll see for Storm Beast from Aldy, but Haxen has quite a few choices he can bring out. And it will still be the Frost. Nice to see Axem show some faith in his Frost, as a Frost player myself. But Aldy caught against the wall by those basics. And caught again at mid-range. Maybe needs some time to warm up his micro. Oh. I do really love matchups as Frost that can create small gaps for you to walk through. Storm Beast is one of those matchups. The gap finding is, just such a huge part of the Frost. Oh, but Axem caught on the edge of the clone's charge melee on 3 hearts to Aldy's 1. Went in for some strong mid-range basic here. But now, pretty dangerous setup. Good use of stun wave. Get out. Walls begin to close in. AxemJinx walks his way through. Oh. Unfortunate roll caught by a charge basic. But regardless, it's AxemJinx winning this first card with 2 hearts remaining. Good reaction by AxemJinx to avoid the charge basic. Aldy first to be hit. There's a strong clone placement here, looking to capitalise with some sort of checkmate. Goes in, but AxemJinx encourages the back off. Seeing these wides from AxemJinx don't often get hits, but I'm sure they at least encourage Aldy to be a little bit more scared. Oh, and a very good sequence there. Aldy caught in the corner. Gets hit by basic. And is this a checkmate? Doesn't have to be. It's a basic in the face, bringing us to 2 hearts apiece. Strong dodge roll to overlap the wide basic from AxemJinx, but regardless, no hits. And there it is, a wide hit, bringing Aldy down to 1 heart. Just afterwards, Axem finishes the first game, 1-0. Both staying. The winner of this set will go on to earn capital, which is what Aldy wants so much, apparently. Oh, these wides look so scary. But Axem does a good job of avoiding them and goes in, gets the hit. I love that hit there. Just going in as close as you possibly can to make it so hard for the storm. But regardless, Axem hit right afterwards. Aldy now down to 2 hearts. Oh, looks like a stun wave opportunity if AxemJinx weren't hit there. And a cheeky wide. But Aldy down to 1 heart. This could be a checkmate from Aldy. Oh no, brilliant dodge roll from AxemJinx. And Aldy's hit. Bringing the first card to game 2, AxemJinx's way. An unfortunate roll into wide for Axem. Oh, who can't quite bait out the clone's melee. Plus at the high ping like this, it can be very dangerous to play around the clone in that sort of fight. And now it is very tempting. I've been hit many a time by it. Regardless, that's AxemJinx getting a hit off. Now 3 hearts to 2, still in Aldy's favour. It's a good, very good basic. Catching AxemJinx this time, now down to 1 heart. This looks like a checkmate setup here, but the roll is available. We do see it be used. It's another clone melee that catches Axem. Dodge roll is one of the big reasons I love Frost as a character. I think I've seen the perspective that dodge rolls and bullet hells are kind of lame, because it like avoids difficulty if you just have a easy mini bomb. Like placing your dodge roll is such an interesting skill. Like using your dodge roll to get into tight spaces and to maximize your offense. It's just such a fun move to use. Like you can use it as just a panic button, but oftentimes if you do that you're going to get hit by something or another. But Aldy AxemJinx 3 hearts apiece now. Strong setup, regardless, Aldy is hit. Now down to 1 heart, Axem is free. Looks like it could be a wall and setup here. Not quite. Oh, some tricky movement required by AxemJinx. Avoids it though. Very, very good movement on AxemJinx's heart. And is rewarded with the game. Now the set is 2-0 in Axem's favour. Of course, we're still best of 5. Oh, Axem! At this sort of ping, you're going for plays like that. And it really should have been a hit, but Aldy avoided it so well. Very good reaction from Aldy to use Flash Step in response to the wide. Seems like it would have been a hit otherwise as the walls close in. Well, this looks very dangerous for AxemJinx, and the wall just quite isn't long enough. Seems like you needed a very specific angle for that wall to work. It's one of those points where wall can be a very interesting move. Oh, blankets and basics aren't enough for Aldy, or wide is. Oh, this movement's by Axem. He plays on controller and he used the slowdown, I think, there. Whereas on controller you can move at 60% speed if you want to. A good wide move by Axem there, but a very good moonwalk from Aldy. Axem tried to roll through with the stun wave, but Aldy moved backwards with the basic to prevent that from happening. Regardless, Aldy is here for losing the cards for her own to AxemJinx. This is a very different set to the first one we saw. And a stun wave! So close to Axem getting hit there. Ooh. Very nice roll from AxemJinx, very nice wide from AxemJinx, very nice dodge in the heart of the cards by Aldy. Good focus basics, encourage the flash step of Aldy. As the walls close in, 4 hearts to 3 in Axem's favour. Oh, good roll, Aldy is hit, so it didn't actually matter in the end. Not on 2 hearts. Oh, Axem playing a bit close to that clone, can't react to it to charge basic in time. Some wides catch AxemJinx out, who's in a really scary position. There's no roll, that will be AxemJinx caught in the corner by those basics. Aldy was 4 hearts to 2 a second ago, and now it's 2 hearts to 0 in Aldy's favour. 4 hearts in response brings us to the final cards of game 3. Regardless, AxemJinx does have his 2-game lead already. So if Aldy were to win this set, it would have to be a reverse 3-0. AxemJinx playing quite close to these basics, as you might expect of him. The walls close in before any hits are taken. Aldy's heart is first to break at the top of that wall. You may ask what move it was. It was focus basic, as it usually is. Ooh. I think Axem caught surprised there, had to use the roll. Gets a hit afterwards. Anyway, now Aldy on 2 hearts. We did just see them win from this position. We didn't see them win from this position though. 1 heart to Aldy to 4 hearts of Axem. Well, this is pretty tricky for AxemJinx here. There is a gap, and dodge roll just isn't quite enough. AxemJinx now down to 2 hearts. Now down to 1 heart. Aldy has brought this all the way back from a 4 to 1 heart deficit. Regardless, as soon as it's even, Axem is the one to come out on top. That's the set going 3-0 to AxemJinx. Which means Aldy will not be getting that capital. It also means AxemJinx will be facing off against Fally in the grand finals of Squiggle Boy 4. Aldy failure to obtain monetary gain. God. Let's give it a goodbye. Thanks to Aldy for staying up so late to play in this tournament as well. Maybe you can hear me. Nice to have you, of course. Some really good sets. Now Fally steps onto the mat. Will the Scottish King finish the job? If the arm ready. Something I've just thought about is how many times have we seen this grand finals? Because in Squiggle like once, twice. Okay, so we've seen this grand finals in the last 2 tournaments. Why is there ASCII art of Shrek? Thank you for this. Okay. What? You call him Fally Shrek because he's Scottish? I see. I wonder what characters we could be seeing. I wonder if there's a VC going on right now. It doesn't look like there is. It's a Frostfest depth. Can I say that I love this matchup? Please don't put my head on a pike. In AxemJinx opt for the J-Feather sort of style in this matchup, where you hide behind your bubble. Sorry, Fally. Fally is the depth. Honestly, I've gotten so used to seeing AxemJinx play this matchup as the depth. Confused for a moment. AxemJinx car rolling onto a wide. I mean, there's obviously a reason I'm not AxemJinx, but if I was AxemJinx, I'd probably wait till mid-balls. This is why I'm here commentating. That advice has no wisdom. Oh no, Axem just misjudges the size of Whirlpool there. When I play against J-Feather, I think I wait till min-walls. So I just feel hopeless otherwise. And min-walls gets like really exciting and strange, and you gotta think about you dodging so much, and it's so cool. But that's a cleverly placed shotgun by Fally, giving AxemJinx just one heart to work with. The expanding Whirlpool takes that card away. Oh, what a stun! Avoiding both the basic and the Jellycat there. Moments like that. But even if Frost was the worst character in the game, just those moments would make me still play her. Oh! AxemJinx so close to the edge of that basic as it expands. And again, not quite as close this time. Nearly I'm in walls, Fally on 3 hearts, Axem's 4. Although, Fally is playing it a bit more aggressively than J-Feather would, I'd say. As a shotgun catches AxemJinx out. Oh my gosh, Axem! 2 amazing stuns in this card already. Oh, can't quite manage the rollout. With the shotgun there, and so many bullets on screen, can't blame them. Your heart's a piece now. This matchup just has a way of producing like amazing moments for the Frost. Like these really tight stun waves, these really tight dodges. A hit. You might be able to tell my commentary is very Frost favoured. I apologise. That's a nice shotgun placement. Catches AxemJinx out. Ooh! He's done it 3 times. He's done it 3 times. But he's got the card. We go back to a much calmer game. To start anyways. Ooh. I love the way Axem moves. Regardless, he's caught at that shotgun. Oh! What a stun. Fally just threw the kitchen sink at Axem and he just stun waved through all of it. Oh. There's no reason for you to dodge so close. Well, there is reason. It's cool, and also you get to move faster. But still, I'm so impressed. Oh, wow, basic. Calling out the shotgun. Rolling stun wave. That's game 1 to Axem. Oh, you would not believe people are pessimistic about this matchup after watching that. I'm not saying it's reason to believe this matchup's good. I'm just saying what a set. Let's go, AxemJinx is staying. Let's see, did Fally intend to pick that? Can't quite tell. Oh! We're seeing the best matchup in the game. Frost. Mirror. So, Fally's often to play what's called... Oh, no, this is illegal. AxemJinx is on the green Frost. Wait, is Fally an orange Frost? I never know. I always play orange Frost into him, so whenever I play Frost versus him, I'm the orange Frost. This is news to me. Fally's the first one to get a hit. If Fally said he'll play fun Frost, I'm not sure exactly what that means. I was under the impression that every style of Frost was fun, but you know, I'm sure you'll see. The walls close in. Seems like Fally's opting to play defensively. We're not really rolling in, we're not really doing any strange pressures. There's a wide hit against Fally against the wall. Never mind, we're rolling in, we're getting the double stun wave. Beautiful. Ooh. Good play by AxemJinx with the unfocused basic in the dead zone. Unfocused basic has a pretty nice use in melee because you get less slowdown from using it, of course. That can be like a safer option. AxemJinx down to 1 heart to Fally's 2. Looks like Axem is gonna get stun waved. There it is. Oh, Axem the one rolling in. waiting for a stun wave. It seems like they were baiting each other's stun wave, but Fally's wanted to get hit by a wide actually. Oh no, this is the frost mirror I like to see. I did just say frost mirror is fun in all styles before, didn't I? This is one of the ways I like to see the frost mirror be played. AxemJinx down to 1 heart, Fally's free. Looks like Axem is gonna... Fally's gonna try and stun wave, but doesn't get it off. Now Axem goes in for the roll in, gets the wide off. Fally's scared of stun wave, perhaps why they were hit there. Now down to 2 hearts, Axem's still 1. Walls begin to close in, Axem going for a lot of wides, Fally continuing the basic, marching away. Seeing stun wave is off cooldown for both, so we could see that come into effect, especially as the environment, the walls close in, and his wides are very scary, and the micro very difficult at those sorts of ranges, as we see Fally even up the set 1-all. Okay, now the tension comes. Fally with the he swaps arc. The beautiful matchup is over for now. We get another pretty good matchup to replace it though. Frost vs arc. Axem caught to wide at a close range, first hit of this game, followed by a basic as well, now down to 2 hearts. Tries for the overlapping of basic and wide, no hit. That is the thing about roll as well, is that when you have the word roll combo, maybe you think that means basic into basic, but it can also mean basic into wide. You can sort of overlap the basic and the wide together. It's really scary to dodge. Fally finds the corner perfectly in that stun wave. Manages to win the card right afterwards with 3 hearts remaining. It's a stun wave met by clock. Fally will get the debuffs off, however no clock to punish. Regardless, there's a hit. Now Fally's on 4 hearts to Axem's 1, with Axem so many debuffs, but gets the stun, and Confuse comes off right in time for the punish. When Frost is confused, it's much harder for her to land the punish because her basic is misdirected. Now the walls close in. And AxemJinx finds his way into that basic of Fally's. Now 2 games to 1 in Fally's favour. Both players opting to stay in the jewel box. Three hearts apiece, 1 heart either side. Good movement by AxemJinx to avoid the clock, however it is still 2 pretty bad debuffs against him, Confuse and Paralyze. Paralyze now gone however. And oh, an unfortunate stun wave misplay by AxemJinx. Gets him hit, brings him to 2 hearts. AxemJinx just waiting for his moment, gets the roll and gets the stun wave right afterwards. Now Paralyzed Tick is pretty scary. Oh, just moved ever so slightly, getting hit there. Now we're down to 1 heart. The Fally's 2. Toxic miniature. Oh, miniature just means that stun wave won't connect there. AxemJinx leaving the dodge of the moon till late, but manages it perfectly. Well, Axem looking for the way in, gets the stun wave, Fally down to just 1 heart now. That's a card going AxemJinx's way. Card to the cards by Fally. Oh, very scary Paralyzed Tick, and Fally capitalizes with the clock. No direct punish, but it will be very hard for Axem. Never mind! AxemJinx with 6 debuffs avoids the punish and gets a hit of their own. Oh my gosh. It's not often the other one punished after you get a clock off. Especially at the expert level. Oh, Fally goes into the corner, gets the basic. Axem caught on the approach, Fally cycling debuffs, but Axem now clean. Goes for the stun wave, it does not connect. Regardless, our basic marches on. There's a basic to the face from Fally's end though. Now Axem on just 1 heart to Fally's 3, but the moon closes things out, brings us 1 card apiece in game 4. Oh, good stun wave, but Fally reacts or predicts it, I should say, with the clock. Because clock has much longer startup than stun wave does. So if clock and stun wave trade, that means it was a read from Arcanist. Or just a coincidence. Better to interpret it as read, so I think. Now AxemJinx on just 1 heart to Fally's 4. This could be the end of the tournament here. Could be a 4th straight for Fally, but Axem trying to stay alive, gets that stun wave off. Inside clock, but clock vanishes. Fally's not safe, but neither is Axem. That's 3 hearts to 1. 3 games to 1 rather. That is our grand finals. Going Fally's way, that is 4 tournaments in a row. Will the streak ever end, I wonder? Surely it must do. Okay. Congrats to Fally. Congrats to Axem. Thank you everyone for playing, I hope you had fun. We will do a results readout shortly. But other than that, that will be the end of the tournament. I guess thank you. Let's see, where are my results? There they are. Let's start from the bottom. In 7th place shared, we have 2 people. We have Sasi and Cherry. In 5th place shared, we have Haxentrick and Fice. Nice to see Fice playing one of these tournaments. Done very well in a lot of Moonlit Maidens before. Haxentrick, the classic, been in so many of these. Had a pretty good run as you'd expect. 4th place DarkAC with the Wham and a bit of Lich at the end. 3rd place we have Aldy, who went on a bit of a run, beating AxemJinx and winners. Probably a few other people, of course. 2nd place we had AxemJinx. This is his third second place in a row, which might sting a bit, but regardless, it was a pretty good performance, I thought. I loved watching him play. I think he's my favourite person to watch right now. In 1st place we have the always winner. We have Fally, 1-4 in a row. Congrats. That being said, I think that's the end of the tournament. For some announcements, we'll be taking a break next week as there's Moonlit Maidens and Magicka. So we'll be coming back in 2 weeks. Is there anything else to say? I want to see if Vaz is still alive. Maybe we can raid. Yeah, Vaz is still live. Okay, we'll probably try and raid Vaz as soon as I figure out how exactly you raid on Twitch. It's kind of been a while. I'll be a moment. I guess I should speak. You guys seen what's been happening in new arrivals lately? There's been kind of like a war, and kind of fun, between the RNS waivers and the traditional guys, the M&S evils. We've been trying to react fast. It's been going pretty well for the M&S evils. Okay, I found the raids button. I don't have to keep talking. Where's Vaz? Vaz, why aren't you here? Vaz. Okay, Vaz is playing a Grand Blue tournament of some sort. I didn't exactly see what it is, but there's some familiar faces from M&S. So let's start the raid. Goodbye, everyone. The stream's still live? I think the stream's still live. Let's press this button.